I will not do that again. I need to start turning my phone on airplane mode. This is crazy. Hold on, you guys. I'm turning my phone on airplane mode. Just 1 second. Now I forgot how to even do that. Oh, here we go. Airplane mode. Okay, now we're back. So let me ask a question. If I'm on live, in order for, me to prevent people from calling and messing up the audio once I decline them, can't I put my phone in airplane mode? I thought that I put it on airplane mode that it would just prevent people from calling. Take off the Wi-Fi. I thought I took the Wi-Fi off already. Oh. Nope, it was on. But okay, so no. So wait a minute. What is okay? I guess I'm asking. Hey, Ami Nat. Hi, baby. Hi, Ami. So wait, that was my question. Should my phone be on Wi-Fi mode so that no one can call me? Because every time somebody calls my phone and I press decline, then it messes up the sound. So okay, I know. Yeah, now it's good. It's good, but. Okay, so let me just tell you who that was. Sahara, who was just on the live, is one of my girlfriends. It won't let me call. Do it again. I took airplane mode off, Sahara. Sahara's one of my girlfriends. I met her through Kim. Every time I say Kim, you guys already know I'm talking about Kim Porter. She's a good friend of Kim's, and we met through Kim. Sahara started her own line of, and I hate to say lashes because they're not lashes. They're not lash strips. They're like you put them on. It seems crazy. She can tell you better than I can. It's not like you put them on individuals because then it's hard for people to do individuals. She came up and had it patented, of course, with an amazing way to do the lashes. It's almost like you're going to get lash extensions, but you're doing them yourself, and it's so super easy. You guys have got to follow her. For anyone interested with in lashes. Listen, it's called Lashify, like beautify, I-F-Y, so Lashify. Sahar, you better join me, honey. It's called Lashify. She has made an amazing name for herself. I watched this girl build this brand from 0 to 100 real quick. And I do mean every bit of that when I say real quick. But hopefully she can get back on. Do not disturb. Oh, she says I'm trying. Let me make sure that I'm not doing anything. Maybe, let me see. Yeah, I'm good. I took it off of airplane mode and everything, y'all. But give it up one time for those of you who were on before I had you to come back. Give it up one time for Matt. Matt is, he's just an amazing guy. He really is. He's an amazing guy, and I know a lot of people don't know certain sides of people until you see them in a quote unquote setting like this, so to speak. Do you have a no? I have tried. Listen, I have tried Lashify. It won't let you back on. Says it won't send. I'm so mad, girl. Ooh, I'm mad, Sahar, that it won't. Well, anyway, let me just say this to Sahar. I'm going to have it where, so on Mondays, I'm bringing on like just entrepreneurs. Of course, it has to be approved by me. Most times it may be people who I know. I had someone reach out to me from Africa last week about one of their girlfriends who's an entrepreneur, and she told me what type of entrepreneur. And I just felt so compelled to have her on here because I want to spread the word about others and what it is that they're doing in their businesses. And you guys, I have a really special, this is so off of what we're talking, well, no, it's still on what we're talking about. Okay, I told you before, my mommy is 75. She's going to be turning 76 this year, right? Hang up and try again. I don't want to hang up on everybody again. When she joins, just turn it back off. New follower. Hey, beautiful. Hey, girl. It's not working. So, okay, Sahar, since I know you're still on here, listen, I want you to come back. I hope you are available tomorrow. I do this again on tomorrow. And I was going to tell you to come back on Monday so I can talk about you. I must have done something. I don't know what the heck I did. All I did was hang up, posted the video that quick. I turned off airplane mode, And I turned my Wi-Fi off so people can actually hear me. But Sahar, I'm talking to you. I want you to come back on Monday. We're going to set this up because I want to give you some time. I want you to tell my family you guys are donating 100K to who? The movement, like what's going on right now. Sahar just said they're donating 100,000. It's got to be, or better yet, investing in. Come on, Sahar. Turn on my Wi-Fi. If I turn on my Wi-Fi, then it's gonna mess you guys up. Turn the Wi-Fi off. I mean, turn the Wi-Fi on, then turn it back off. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, now we're gonna see. To a black beauty brand. You've got to be kidding me. So it's almost like you're investing in a beauty think tank. That girl, you've got to come on the show. You've got to come on this show, Sahar. Simple as that. You have got to come on this show. I'm try. Let me. How do I request? See, that's the thing. Do I press your name on here? Go live. Yes. Let's see. Go live.
Jesus!
Yes! Yes, we are here.
That was some of the most annoying shit I've ever had to deal with. I love you.
I love you too, Sahar.
Okay, so here's what's up. Let's talk.
So right now you're in LA. I'm looking. You're in LA right now.
I'm in LA. Where are you?
I'm in Atlanta. Girl, I haven't been anywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
So listen, we have this is what's happening. You know who I love, right? And
yes.
You know what I'm for. And we have such a diverse customer base of people, as you know, of all different colors. And what I found was in our Lashify Life group, there was a lot of resistance. People didn't want to talk. People didn't want us to talk about it. They didn't want people to talk about it. And they said to me, you're going to lose customers if you let people talk about this. And I said, then go, because this shit is real and we're going to talk about it. And
that's right.
And I was shocked by the uncomfortableness, right? And
yes.
I was shocked, and I said, the bottom line is, it is fucking time. It is time.
It is. It's time. It's long overdue.
What did Kim Porter love more than anything in this world? Her blackness.
Oh my gosh. You can go to her page and tell that. You can absolutely go to her page.
And because of her,
that's right.
Like, she taught me so much, Ebony. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt,
yes.
I get it, right? We're there. And so here I am, sort of able to move through all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And yes.
We can make a difference. This is the time to make a difference, to explain. Not just what I don't like is when people are like, oh yeah, black people, they're oppressed. What does that even mean? Do you know what that means? Do you know where that came from? Do you see the past and the police officer interaction with the history? It's the same shit. You know what I mean?
You're so right. You're so very right. Sahar, what is your nationality? You're Persian?
Persian.
Yes. Okay.
Iranian. So, you were
just talking about before we got cut off the last time, you were talking about how it's crazy here. Were you talking about, I thought you were talking about New York because I thought you were in New York. You're talking about in California, in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I'm talking about this is LA. So I decided the only way to make a change is to educate, right? Is to spread the word. So Ebony, I'm gonna donate 100. It's not even a donation. It's an investment in a Black-owned brand that is either an idea and they can sign an NDA and I can help them build it, or it's a brand that's already there that deserves to be like blown up.
Yes, right.
And they 100% own the brand. None of it's owned by me.
You've got to be kidding, because that's what I was going to ask you next. Sahar, that's amazing. Now that's amazing.
Because I'm going to teach my hustle to that person, And the only thing that person has to do is teach that hustle to another person. That's the only thing in the contract. And if they don't do it, then they don't, you know what I'm saying? Then it all reverts. But that's the thing. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. So that way.
I know. But you know what? So I know you are always busy, because I've been there. I've stayed at your house, and I see how your day is from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep at night, and everything is lashified. But I'm just listening to you talk, and I'm like, for people who are starting brands of their own, especially in the beauty space, you need to start teaching some master classes.
That's what
like,
I'm talking
seriously.
about. So Eboni,
You have to.
better. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden someone says, why don't you do it like Shark Tank? Why don't you make a show? And I was like, you know what? We're going to record it. Okay. So it's going to be a show. Like, we're going to show, like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much. Basically, it's like in business, there's a right way of thinking, and then there's a wrong way of thinking. Okay. And that's what it's going to be like. You don't want to do that. Why? Because you want to do this. And so we can educate people. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're going to educate everybody. You know what I mean? But my focus is on the Black community that karmically deserves to be pushed up and lifted up. You know what I'm saying? To equal that shit out. You know? So let's do it.
Sahar, wait a minute. Is today your birthday?
It is.
I'm looking at these comments, girl. I did not know that. Happy birthday!
You know I hate birthdays. You know I hate birthdays.
Who cares? Where's Bob and Max, honey? Where are they?
But Mac is right here. Bob is upstairs. He's hot. He's
hot.
But
Oh,
Eboni, for my birthday, this is what I want. For my birthday, I want you to help spread the word. That's what I want. Look, Bob wants to say hi to you. Hold on. You guys.
You know I want to see Bob. You mean
Eboni's
oh my
boyfriend.
gosh. Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. Bob. Oh my gosh. You guys, this dog is a human being. You don't understand. Hey, my Bob. Look at my baby. Oh my gosh. I could cry. Look at Bob. Bob. Oh my.
Maybe I should have you be one of the judges. Yeah.
Girl, how about it?
Right?
We already know it's a wrap. That's all you had to do was say it once in the atmosphere.
So fun.
Let's stamp on that. Let's stamp on that. Okay. Done deal. Bam. It's a done deal.
Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm really inspired. Like I said, like, and I, you know what I'm saying? It just feels right. It feels right.
Sahar, I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I was saying when we were offline, when you were trying to connect again, I said, I watched this girl grow this brand from 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, I've seen every single step of the way.
Every step.
I mean, seriously.
Before we were even anything, Eboni was sitting in we were talking about it.
Yep. Me, you, and Kim. Yep. And it was not even, it hadn't even started yet. It was just a thought.
Yeah.
It was just a thought. Sahar, you have done so well with this business. I have never witnessed it firsthand, because I've never seen someone that I'm close to grow a brand or a beauty business and financially reap the benefits that you've reaped and grown so quickly.
And
it is most
amazing. I started with nothing. Like, I started with very, very little. I started with what I'm about to give somebody else. That's what I started with. And the thing
That's what I was going to say.
The thing is, I did everything myself. And a lot of people think, I see all these really talented people being like, I need to hire a social media manager. And I'm like, no. Do it yourself. Nobody will manage your shit like you will. Sure, you might clap back at some people, and that's when a social media manager is good. But other than that, you do it yourself. You create it yourself. You have an idea for, let's say, hair. You make the prototype yourself.
Yourself. That's right.
With some fucking clay. Okay? Do it.
Some clay.
That's right. Oh, I'm telling you, that's right. And then you go and you make a picture out of it, and then you send it to I'm going to tell you everything to do to get it done. Right? Then
Sahar, we need this. We so need this. Yeah. This is amazing.
Can you
girl?
Yeah.
Girl, we're getting ready to start something.
That's
I promise you. The time is now. Do you hear me? The time is now.
And this is Kim Porter energy. And you know
All
that.
energy. You do know that when Kim left the face of this earth, she's so many of our guardian angels because she loved us all so much. Like, she loves us so much. So I'm
Ebony,
so thankful.
Ebony, do you think it's a coincidence that while I was building Lashify, you know, she would come over and we would just sit down on that couch and she would tell, you know, Kim, who was very secretive, which, you know, in general, didn't tell everybody tons of shit. She taught me stuff about her life, her perspective, which, listen, I grew up in a community. Oh, yeah. I went to school with Black kids. I went to school with Latinas. I understand it. You don't understand it. You don't understand it unless you're in it and you've loved a Black person. And you know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. And she taught me so much. And I'll never forget, she said to me once, she's like, she's like, yeah, my hair's not that kinky. And I said, why? She goes, it's that master slave rape type of shit. I said, what did you mean? What do you mean? And she said, my grandmother, she got raped. And so my mom is half white. And I was like, and she goes, but don't tell anybody that.
That's so funny, Sahar, because people don't know that. They don't know that. But it's not like it's a secret and you can't discuss that either. Let's be clear on that.
No,
yes.
Because you know what? Because she was ashamed of it. Because that's the history. That's what was done to her.
Yep.
That is what was done to her. That's in her DNA of her memory. How the fuck are you not going to be angry about it? I want to know who said they were sorry. Who
Amen.
said they were sorry?
Amen. Amen.
I want to know what about I'm sorry? How about that instead of black fucking picture? Excuse me. What about I'm sorry? I can't say it because I'm not from that part of the world. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Middle East.
Yeah, I understand.
We're dark, okay?
Right.
But what I'm saying is I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry for what my ancestors and my great-great-grandfather did to you because I am replaying that shit repeatedly. The relationship between the master and the slave is not that different between the angry racist cop and the black man on the floor. It's pretty much identical.
Girl, I wish I could come and give you a hug right now.
But you know what I'm saying? So she let me in, and you know this. It is very hard to get into that world. You know what I'm saying? Of real black people, black love, black man. She let me in, and I learned. And now it is. Hey, guess what? I want to say what I want to make a change because it's not right. It's not right.
Sahar, you came on here unexpectedly and spit some serious jewels just now.
You know it was unexpected because I don't even have my own lashes on. Shit.
I know, girl, because you don't play about that. You do not play about that. You know what? With that being said, I just saw I'm not even going to talk about it. I just saw a comment on here. It's not even worth mentioning. But let me say this, Sahar, because we're talking about something totally different today, but I do want you to come back. I want you to be on here on Monday.
Yeah.
Because I want you to talk about your line. That's number one, because there's so many of my followers that don't even know anything about Lashify.
Yeah.
And I want them to know about Lashify. Sahar will tell you, I have said I was going to work with her twice, and I'll be so hyped and gung-ho about it. And then it's like I get home, and she'll give me everything, and I'll get home, and I'm just like, I wash my face too much. And so I have to have my strips. So Sahar calls me a stripper.
You're lazy, Ebony. You like the same old shit. But you know what? I'm telling you, in honor of you, I have come out with literally these 20mm crazy ass lashes.
Crazy long lashes?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why didn't you name? Oh, because they have letter and number names. Yes, they have C4. You can't name it Elektra lash because it's C4.
God. Ooh, I already have an E though, but I like that. Elektra.
Yeah,
we got our Kim. I like that, Ab. You know I'm probably going to do it, actually. So anyway, no, let's do it. Let's do this. This is the time. I'm telling you. This is the time. It is I was just telling Justin's mom. Justin's our marketing director. It is not a coincidence. For the first time in our lives, we got to see on camera in detail. We heard, we saw, we witnessed, we watched the devil in action. And it's like, oh, okay, so you're there? Okay, time to go. period.
I love you, Sahar. I love you. I love your passion because you're always like this. You know what I mean? But especially if it's something that you believe in.
I'm
You,
constantly preaching, man. That's all I do. Right?
period. Period. Oh my gosh, girl. Yes, EE stands for Eboni Elektra.
Oh
That's right.
my God. That is funny, Eb. Okay.
See there?
Okay, you wear those. Okay, okay. I'm
We
down.
just figured it out. But Sahar, so we have several things to talk about. So
Yes.
now this is going to require a conversation off of the live.
Yeah, send me a text. Let's do this.
I will. I love you, girl. I love you,
Love
girl.
you. Love
I'm
you.
so glad you stopped in today, and happy birthday again,
To
honey
you.
child.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much, and thanks for hanging out.
Bye, babe. I'll see you on Monday, but I'll
Okay.
talk to you before
All right,
then.
send me a text. Okay, bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Yes. Man, I saw somebody who made a comment talking about, yeah, but Persians are anti-black. Not, you know, you can't judge everybody. You have some blacks who think that they're white. So at the end of the day, that doesn't hold you can't hold every single black accountable. That girl spoke with so much passion just now. And, you know, I hate when people say, oh, you think this because you have black friends that, you know, when you're not black, and they say, oh, you think just because you're black friends that makes you black. It does not make you black. You're human, and you gravitate to who you gravitate to, and you connect with who has like energy. And, you know, birds of a feather flock together, whether it's black, white, Asian persuasion, whether it's Persian, you know, it doesn't matter. So I'm just saying that to the person, who left the I just happened to run across and just see that comment. But yeah, she's very, very passionate. Sahar is no joke, you guys. Sahar is no joke. Like I said, she's someone that I met through Kim. And it's so funny because Sahar is actually the last friend that Kim brought into our circle. It's so crazy. But when I tell you we love this girl, man, and she is doing the doggone thing. That's right. You love who you love, period. It's as simple as that. And this was just a great show. It was just a great show today. And, you know, considering where we are right now, and I keep referring back to that, considering where we are right now as it pertains to the murder of George Floyd, yes, this show is very empowering. It's very entertaining, uplifting, motivational, you know, full of high-spirited energy. But I always want to keep at the forefront that we are in a movement right now, you guys. It started a week ago, but it's not about to end tomorrow. We're in a movement. And like I said before I picked her up on the live, I said I want to encourage everybody to still put your regular posts, but you cannot let a day go by that you don't put a post up about, and I don't necessarily want to say Black Lives Matter, but it's a Black Lives Matter, but it's about us moving forward as a race and making people aware and keeping it on the forefront, because we use social media for everything. So why not use it for where we are right now? Because one day, if it's taken away from us, you're going to wish you had that voice outside of your own voice. And I'm just want to encourage everybody to do that. Before we go any further, I was supposed to choose 2 winners. I'm going to choose 3 more winners tomorrow. It's not that I'm showing you these things because I'm giving them away, but I just want to introduce everybody to Raw Cosmetics. Now, I will say this. I'm going to try one more time to type this in and pin it so you will know what I'm talking about. Raw Cosmetics, as I mentioned, is where I get my authentic African black soap, because it has to be authentic, people, for real. And I love it because not only is it black owned, of course it's black owned, because everybody who works in there as owners, and, you know, they're from Ghana. And if you know about black soap, you know, I'm not going to say it originated there. I could be very wrong when I say that, but I could be very right and on point by saying that too. I think I may have done it. Okay, I thought when you pin something, you have to hold it down. Wait. I'm so over this. Oh, here we go. Pin comment. There we go. Okay, so there we go. I just pinned Raw Cosmetics. They sell what they specialize in as Africans. They specialize in black soap, and they specialize in shea butter, but they've done amazing things with it. They come in different scents, okay? Scents, meaning smells. My favorite is lemongrass because I just love that smell by all means. I use even their body wash, which is nothing but pure black soap, and it smells like lemongrass. So, baby, you better believe I'm getting a smell good clean when I'm washing up. Please believe it. A good old smell good clean. So, because I use their products and because I talk about it, they take good care of me. And they've also decided that they wanted to have a few of my family, because, you know, I call you guys my family. My family's my folks, my partner in them. To bless them with some of their products as well. So you already have what it is. You can go look yourself if you don't. And here's the deal. We're not talking about $80 for anything. It's amazing how the things that cost the least work the best. I use African black soap on my face, and when I tell you, it's the best thing I could have ever done. You know, and I look at all the other things that I was using prior to me using black soap, and I just started using black soap like recently, you guys. It did everything that the other things said that it was going to do, and they didn't. But this absolutely does. So what is this? Is this an ant? What is on my hand? Don't play with me. That's what happens when you come outside in nature. Jeez. So anyway, I'm going to do it like this. Instead of just calling out people, I'm going to say the first 2 people to DM me and at Raw Cosmetics. That's all I have to do is DM me and put at Raw Cosmetics, and I'll know the first 2 are the 2 people who, and leave your address. The first 2 at Raw Cosmetics, put your address, and what I'll do is send it into the company and they will send your package out. Now, you know, I'm sure the first 2 people have already done it, so y'all just don't even try it, because I know right now I'm not picking anybody. I'm sending the 2 people to my DM, and we're gonna go from there. I may get in the spirit to pick a couple more and just not have any giveaways for tomorrow. That's what I could do. Just so you guys know, tomorrow I'm gonna post that flyer. I was with 2 friends last night, and you know, very, very much into politics and very much in the know with everything that's taking place right now. And when we were leaving, one of the things that one of my friends said is, let me tell you something. If you have to spread the news to anybody about the times that we're living in, especially with COVID, because understand something, guys. Yes, they're rioting. Yes, they're protesting. COVID has gone nowhere. Coronavirus has gone nowhere. Just because they're reopening states are doing that to save the economy. But they're not looking out for us and trying to save our lives. So people are still dying. People are still getting the virus. And don't lose sight of that. Do not lose sight of it at all. Just letting you know. So the one thing he said to me, if you want to spread any type of news, let people know to boost their immune system like crazy. Boost their immune system. A lot of people don't even know where to start, where to begin. But I will tell you, I'm having issues. That's why I haven't posted it yet. I'm having issues with putting a video on IG and it going to my Instagram, or even using the IG, going through IG and putting longer video for some reason. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call my provider. I don't know if it's a phone thing. I don't know if I have to get a new phone. I don't know what it is, but I was doing it all along and it was fine. Now it just stopped working. That's why I haven't been able to post any videos as of late, because I would have posted. I have like 5 videos that I just shot over the past 5 days that I really wanted you guys to see. Yes, black seed oil is one of them. And I'm going to have to just see what the problem is. But I'm going to do a short version tonight, a 60-second video promoting teas. There's 2 particular teas that I make, and people are purchasing them that are here. And I'm making it available for shipping as well. Listen to me. I'm not saying I make. I believe in all good things, all natural things. So whether I'm boiling roots, flowers, bark, berries, plant, just know that it's all natural, and it's much better than you can ever get in a tea bag, by all means. And one of them is immune boosting like crazy. And I mean like crazy. I list all the ingredients. But I'm going to put that video up tonight. I'm going to have on this same outfit, because I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to shoot it and make it 60 seconds, because I can't understand what the problem is. Auntie the aloe, okay? Yes, Black Seed. But you know, that's today's show. I'm gonna check out the DMs to make sure I record and send the winners. I'm gonna save the other 3 for tomorrow. Okay, I am gonna do that. I gotta go inside and cook right now. I have some family members coming over to the house, and they love my tacos. And you know, I'm plant based, so I make jackfruit jackfruit tacos. So jackfruit is like it's plant based as well. I mean, it's a plant, it's a fruit, but you can get it to taste just like chicken. It's the most amazing thing, and the most amazing thing. I'll post that as well. You know, I love posting my food. So I have to go inside and I've got to cook. But guys, thank you so much for joining today's live. I mean, it was a very good one. Let's not lose sight of the wonderful things that Matt Barnes shared with us. He's amazing. He's an amazing human being. By all means, tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow's guest is a holistic medical doctor. And when I tell you, he's going to get you all the way together. So if you have aunties with ailments, if you have spouses with ailments, if you have children with ailments, you need to be on this live tomorrow by all means, because he's going to spit so much game. And he's, like I said, 25 years in. He's a medical doctor, a medical physician, a holistic physician. He has a practice here in Atlanta, and you guys have got. I only bring to you what it is I think you need to know, and I only bring to you people who really have something to share and something to say that you can tell. Oh, I have Sahar on Monday, baby. Trust me, I'm not going to forget Sahar. She will be on Monday's show by all means. So I just want to leave you with that. I can't think of anything else. I didn't have my Afro beats playing today, so I'll pick that up on tomorrow. And everybody, thank you again for joining my live at 5. Again, just so you know, the schedule is Monday. That's Monday at 5. I just like to have conversation and just generally talk to my family, not my followers, my family, my people. And I usually don't have guests. That's from 5 to 6. And then I have Eboni Elektra Live after hours that starts at 6. And that's when I bring people in. So Sahara is going to join Monday during the 6 o'clock hour. That's number one. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I have guests on the show. And that's when you see me put out the flyer. Normally it's just the Eboni Elektra Live at 5, which is my face. That's on a Monday. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I have special guests, and that's when I'll broadcast who the guest is via flyer. I will be uploading more videos to my YouTube once I get this problem fixed on my phone. I feel so bad because we should be cooking with hot grease by now, but it's okay. And next week's lineup is just as amazing. We can do this all day because I have so many good guests that even want to be on the show. I told you, people are reaching out to me now, like, Ebony, I want to be on, I don't want to be on. And I'm like, okay. Yes, you absolutely can. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. And thank you again for touching and agreeing with me that this television show will get picked up before the year 2020 comes to an end, and I will be signing a multi-million-dollar contract. And I need all of your prayers, and I want you to go in manifestation mode with me and believe with me. Where 2 or more are gathered, baby, he shall be in the midst. So we know it's about to be on and popping now. Thanks again for joining. I love y'all. I hate to say goodbye. You know I hate to say goodbye, but I will see you guys tomorrow right back here on Eboni Elektra Live at 5. Bye, guys.
You know, I have to light my incense. I have to keep these mosquitoes all the way away. Come on. Only only thing I am missing right now is my music, but it's okay. So normally I would have my music playing, but I don't have my music playing today. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show and for coming. I want to welcome everybody. I'm Eboni Elektra. The socialite is what I like to call myself because I am the go-to person for all things entertaining, empowering, and positive, of course. You guys have got to try this. I got this from my girlfriend's last night. She gets it from Target. It's called Good and Gather. I had a peach ginger last night, but right now I'm drinking cucumber mint, and it's just sparkling water. No sweetener to it. It's just the essence that, that you taste. So if you're wondering why I'm live today, I usually go live on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Of course, yesterday was Blackout in honor of George Floyd and all of the black communities standing in solidarity for the movement that is taking place right now. And if we were posting anything, it was to post about what we can do as a race to move forward. Where should we start? Where should we begin? I also would like to take note or let people know that President Barack Obama, you see I said president, I didn't say former. President Barack Obama is speaking today at 5 on all the news channels. So if you're not here, I understand why, but for those of you who are not here, you can spread the word, the ones who are here, to those who did not see the show, that it will be posted on my Instagram so they can catch it there. And because I know most people want to hear the eloquent words that come out of his mouth. By all means, honey, who wouldn't? Barack Obama is the absolute truth. And, oh my gosh, for all of you who have so many questions about, what should I do? Because it's one thing to just continue to post everything as it relates to George Floyd and justice for just the black race. I can't even just say just black race now because so many other ethnicities have come forward and joined us in this entire movement because of so much injustice that they've suffered as well. But we're specifically speaking about our race because of the racial prejudice that is just so rampant in the police department with some of the officers. I don't want to say all of the police officers, but quite a few of the police officers. And we've known and we've seen for years how they've killed our innocent black boys. Okay? I could see if somebody tried to come in your house and not even came out your house, but was in front of your house and you came out guns blazing at the cops and they shot back at you, that's justifiable. We would have nothing to say. But when we continue to have to witness senseless deaths take place in front of our face at the hands of white cop or cops and at the expense of another black life, then it becomes an issue. And people are raising the question as to why we think that it's so huge right now. What was it about this George Floyd killing? Number one, it was inhumanely grotesque to even watch. It was just an inhumane thing to do on the officer's part. But another thing, I think this came so close on the heels of Ahmaud Arbery that it just incited so much anger and fear, all of that, everything, outrage, and everybody, that it made them just say, look, enough is enough. That's like, you got 3 times to put your hand on my child. My child come home one day from school and he tells me, Mama, that boy was bullying me. And so you better be tough, boy. Your mama didn't raise you to be that way. Then they come back the second time and they like, how big is this boy? Do you ever see his parents around? Well, you better go back to that school tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. The third time that child comes home and says something to you, you already know. We do not play. We are up and we are at it and we are about it. And we're on it. And we want to know what's going on and we're up in your face. Enough is enough. Well, that's where we are right now. And right, they do. I'm looking at one of the comments that said they kill the fathers and make fun of the boys who are not raised by dads. So many things and so many topics of conversation that it's just really ridiculous. But if you want to know what you can do yourself, one of the things you can do, in addition to all the posts that we make. Thank you so much. You love the view behind me. Yes, I'm getting ready to enhance it even more. I'm going to love it. But one of the things you can do, you guys, it's important. I don't care if you've never voted in your life. but you are a registered voter. I know a lot of you say, oh, my vote does not count. Baby, right now it does, okay? Right now it does. I feel like we are in a space right now where the civil rights movement started when it did, and their main mission, what they set out to accomplish, maybe it did not get fully accomplished. But where we are right now is bringing that civil rights mission all the way on home. Period, point blank. We have the eyes and the ears of those who are empowered to make the changes. And trust me, they don't want to see another uproar like this, because the next time it's not going to be as nice. And no, I'm not Trump, and I'm not inciting any riots or anything like that. I'm just speaking because I have common sense as a black woman, and I'm speaking about the rage that is in me and the anger that is in me, and I know what happens next. You know, we get to a boiling point, and it is what it is. Once we get there, there's nothing you can do about it. So Google, if you don't know, local elections in your state. Say for me, I live in Georgia, and if I did not know and I only knew about the primaries, the presidential elections, then I would say local elections in the state of Georgia, and they will list all of them. And because it's current and up to date, they will also list who you're voting for, who you're not voting for, what have you. It is very important because it starts locally, you guys. It starts locally. This is just as important as you walking to the candy lady when you were a kid growing up in your neighborhood. No matter what it took, you were going to get there, and you were going to get that dill pickle, and you were going to get that frozen little white styrofoam cup with the red Kool-Aid frozen in the middle, and whatever flavor you wanted, you were going to do that, period, point blank. So at the end of the day, that same zest that we had for walking to the candy lady as a child, I need you in your adult life to have that same zest for going to the polls and voting locally. Voting is not a one-year thing. It's an all around. It's an all throughout the year thing, and you need to know this. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't always at every single election. I was not, and I am not afraid to say that. So when you know better, you do better, and that's where we all are right now. So that's that. This is not a time for us to get tired. It's not a time for us to watch the news and see the protests start to slow down. If they slow down, we can't stop just because they raised the murder charge to second-degree murder for Chauvin, and they've arrested the other 3 officers. This is not a time to stop. We have got to keep going, and we cannot let up. Everything you post on your page can be personal, but you can't let a day go by without posting at least 1 or 2 things that are still talking about the movement that we are in, the moment that we are in. You cannot. You just can't do that. I know voting is here in Georgia on June 9th, but they have early voting. So if you want to avoid all those long lines on June 9th, that will discourage you from wanting to stand in the line because it may be hot. I encourage you to go right now for early voting, because you're not going to be in a line. You're going to get in, you're going to get out, and you can post your I am a voter, I voted sticker. Okay, if you want to post something, post that by all means. I want to give a shout out to one of today's sponsors, because I have been talking about Raw Cosmetics. You know, I love anything that's good for the body, mind, and soul. I use Raw Cosmetic black soap on my face. Authentic African black soap. They're from Ghana. They make it themselves from scratch. They're local here in Atlanta, but they ship worldwide. I have hipped everybody to this black soap for various reasons. Anything dealing with skin. This and that aloe vera leaf will give you your whole life, by all means. So I'm going to have 2 giveaways, two winners that I'm going to pick today at random. And Raw Cosmetics is going to send them a gift box with some of they have a whole bunch of products. You can go online. I don't know how to pin anything. Maybe I do. It's at Raw Cosmetics. Let me see here. At Raw, R-A Cosmetics. Let me see. Hold on. Bear with me, people. I'm going to try to do this. METICS at Raw Cosmetics. Okay, now that it's there, what do? I don't even know how to do it. Oh, I post it, and then when I see it posted, I pin it. I posted it wrong. Anyway, I did it. Look at here. If you have eyes and you can see, here we go. Well, you still can't even see it there, but you know how to spell cosmetics. Add an R and an A in front of that. R-A Cosmetics. R-A Cosmetics, and that's their handle. At the @ sign, and R-A Cosmetics is their handle. So go look at a variety of their products that are very, 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 very good for you. So like I said, I'm a shea butter person. I'm definitely a black soap girl. But what I love most about this shea butter is that it's infused with lemongrass. So it doesn't get any better than that. That's all I have to say. But listen, moving right along, I'm excited about today because today is a dear friend of mine's. He's going to be a guest on the show. Love this brother. You guys, Matt Barnes, I had to type something up for him. I can't just talk naturally because I had to do my research. I just got to let you know, right? So Matt Barnes, he played in 14 years in the NBA. He's known for being a phenomenal player, okay? Having a bad boy image. We can't deny that. Everybody who watches NBA knows about the players. They know this about Matt Barnes. A bad boy image due to his trash talking, his brawls, his numerous fines, his suspensions, yet he flourished in the league tremendously. If you know basketball, you know Matt. He's now an entrepreneur. He's a brand ambassador, and he's co-host on Showtime's show. It's called All the Smoke. He does it alongside NBA player as well, Steven Jackson, who the two of those guys are actually known for being two of the most controversial, outside of Dennis Rodman, of course, players. And their show is so authentic and dope, you don't even understand. Hey, Yoli, why do I always see you when you say hey? So authentic and dope. So let me tell you, they conduct like these candid interviews that are extremely raw, extremely off the cuff, in your face, with the NBA players current that are fly, that are extremely popular, some of the NBA greats that are no longer playing. And it's almost as if they went to Matt's house or Steven's house and they said, y'all, let's go to the to the little men's room downstairs. What do you call that? A man cave downstairs, and let's just, have a beer and smoke, because they do that. That's why it's called All the Smoke. They unapologetically smoke throughout the entire show. As I said, Matt is an entrepreneur. He'll talk to you all about that, all about his oh God, here he is right now. Here he is. And he's so on time. And I'm gonna make y'all laugh. I'm gonna tell y'all why he's on time. I tell all my guests, or I ask all my guests to come on 15 minutes into the show. And 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, what have you. Is my thingamajig turned off? Oh, yeah, it is. Very good. Okay, here we come. But I'm gonna tell y'all why Matt is on time. Let me tell you why Matt Barnes is on time. We operate on CP time, okay? Matt is biracial. So he's got a little bit of both in him, okay? So if it's 5:15, then Matt is gonna be here at 5:15 by all means. Yeah. And I love it. Matt, I was just giving you an intro and telling the people about you, and I was stopping before you called in. I was stopping on the part where I was talking about All the Smoke and telling them how it is one of the most off the cuff, candid shows that I have ever seen as it relates to NBA or any type of sports for that matter. You guys do such an amazing job at making everybody who's on the show not necessarily feel at home, but I equate it to you being in a man cave. And y'all sitting there smoking, drinking, just reminiscing, talking shit, talking current stuff, just what have you. Right. That's how I feel it is. And everybody, you guys have got to, you have got to. People have got to see it. And I was stopping. You called right when I was getting ready to say, I mentioned that Steven Jackson is your co-host and that you have been extremely supportive of him during this time of George Floyd's death. And for those of you who don't know, Steven Jackson and George Floyd are, if I'm not mistaken, Matt, childhood friends turned brothers, so close that they're really just an intertwined real family. The same way I would say with myself and Kim Porter, but they look so much alike that it's scary. Mm-hmm. They call each other twin. And the fact that they don't have the same mother and father, I've never seen anything like it. Like the first thing I said when I saw George Floyd's picture on television was, I said, oh my gosh, it reminds me so much of Steven Jackson. And I didn't know it until the next day when someone told me. But, Matt, thank you for coming on. What are you doing?
I'm actually in Inglewood right now.
Oh, you're about to join a protest. Oh, please get to a better spot. Please. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke, and I want to be able to hear you.
I want
I
all.
got I got that Teddy Riley Wi-Fi right now.
That was me. That was me 2 days ago, honey. I was all the way Teddy Riley. So wait, Matt, before we get into the whole protesting and everything, I want to talk about you briefly about, your bad boy image. Everybody knows that about you, but how you just turned that, or not even turn that, because you are who you are. You're such an entrepreneur and businessman right now with so many things that are currently taking place as well as on the horizon. And that's not easy for a lot of ex-athletes or retired athletes at all. So if you could
Right.
just tell everybody what's going on.
I just stayed true to myself. I think I got a reputation early on. I say reputations are earned, whether good or bad, and I had to do a lot to make the league. So I got a reputation as being a thug or a bad guy or a bad person, but it wasn't me. It was just the role I had to fulfill to be able to live out my dreams in the NBA. But I use the NBA as a stepping stone. Playing 15 years and getting a chance to play a lot in LA and going to school in LA. Of amazing people that helped my transition from professional sports to business
That's good. That's good.
and also activism. I'm obviously a cannabis advocate. I'm a social justice advocate, doing a lot of stuff in Sacramento with politicians and lawmakers to get some more police procedure bills and try to get a handle on this crazy world.
Of course, I couldn't have said it any better because that's you, Matt. That says a lot about you because you have to have something to start with, and everybody doesn't have that option coming out of, any type of, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, what have you. That just says a lot about you as a person. How did you guys, I want to get to all the smoke first, and then I want to talk about everything that's going on right now. What happened? Were you and Steven Jackson just sitting around and said, let's do something, or what happened? How did that come about?
They're both working for Fox and ESPN respectively, fresh out of retirement, and everyone just liked how real and fresh, our outlook on sports was. And we were getting a lot of compliments, and people started saying like, hey, you and Jack need to do something together. You guys are so much alike.
Wow.
Jack's been my 7. He was there for me every step of the way when I lost my mom to cancer in 2007. We were teammates. So we were at my house one day in the Bay and smoking, chilling. I'm just like, let's make a show. He's like, what you mean? I was like, let's do a show together. And he's like, I'm down. I was just like, well, let's do a podcast. And neither of us really knew what a podcast was at the time. I still really don't listen to podcasts. But me working for ESPN, which is Disney, I kind of have to stay filtered. Him working for Fox, you have to stay filtered. But I knew that with the podcast, we can, kind of unapologetically be ourselves. So I'm already in the space of, producer, creator, content creator. So I, reached out to some people I know. And I saw you touch on it right when I was getting on. My whole thing was I didn't want to stick a microphone in someone's face and make it like an interview.
Right.
I wanted to be cool, kick back. We drink, we smoke,
yes,
and just over to the crib, you know what I mean? And I feel with that kind of environment, it has allowed us to have our guests really let their walls down. We had Kobe's last interview, which was amazing when he really let his walls down. Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry. I mean, you name them, we've had them. We've got Jamie Foxx coming up soon. So we've just, been able to create an environment where people feel comfortable talking to us. And I think that's why, our products has been so amazing because we're really showing, our fans the other side of their favorite people. We're trying to humanize these, these people in the spotlight because I think people think that because celebrities make a lot of money or they do a certain thing that they're different, and we're no different from no one else. And that's the side that I want to show people that, we go through the same shit everyone else does.
Right.
Our shit is public for the world to see.
Right.
So
right.
So we just try to create an environment where people are comfortable and people let their guard down, and we've been able to do that.
So let me ask you this. You just said Jamie Foxx is going to be on the show. So I was going to ask you that before. So it's not just NBA players that you guys are going to be interviewing.
No. So my whole thing was, obviously, I know coming from sports, I knew that, getting into the space that we are going to have first sports as kind of the forefront. But I want to get into life as a whole.
Right.
I think often, use the old native that to tell us to shut up and dribble, but we're so much more than just athletes. You know what I mean? We're fathers, we're businessmen, we have foundations, do a lot of great things in the community. So everything really applies to us. So my whole thing was, although sports is what we started with, we wanted to kind of just make it almost a cultural show with the sports background. so people can lean on us and feel comfortable and come talking about fuck you, Duvall. But you know, just for people to come feel comfortable and talk about anything under the sun, whether it be sports, whether it be life, whether it be marriage, whether it be children, whether it be social injustice, whether it be racism, whether it be the bum ass president, whatever people want to talk about, you know, we're willing to talk about because we're educated in all those spaces.
Okay, and then you, Matt, you talked about just being fathers. You are an amazing dad. I know that. I know it firsthand, and it's displayed for anyone who follows you can clearly see that. With everything that's going on right now with the whole George Floyd's murder, I should say. How are not the baby, of course not. How are the twins? How are you talking to them? What are you communicating with them? Because they're young. What are the ages again?
They're 11.
11.
See, it's an interesting conversation because I'm Italian and black. My ex-wife is Mexican and black, but our kids don't really look black, but they're 50% black. You know what I mean? So actually, this conversation has actually brought my ex-wife and I, you know, a line of communication, because normally all we talk about is just the kids, pickup arrangements, drop-offs, that kind of stuff. So we actually talk to each other about this in general because, you know, our kids have been fortunate enough. You know, I worked my ass off, so my kids go to a very expensive private school, majority white.
Right.
Really faced too much racism. So I mean, I think it's myself and my ex-wife's job to, you know, obviously humble our kids and make them understand that everyone doesn't live the life we live, and there's our struggles out there, and then, you know, there's race struggles, you know, and to explain to 11-year-old kids that you're going to come to a point where someone's going to hate you based off the color of your skin. It's just hard for them to swallow. They don't get it. You know, they're like, Dad, so they're just going to hate us because the way we were born. And I'm like, pretty much, you know. So we had a conversation about the George Floyd situation because they actually just got on social media. So I wanted to make sure before they saw it, and, you know, that we had talked about it, and I asked them what they thought. And you know, and they understood it was a white cop killing another black man. And they asked me, why do people hate?
Wow. I'm
like,
sure
you know,
you couldn't.
And there was nothing I answer. But then I asked them as kind of a return question. I said, do you think people are born to hate or they're taught to hate? And they had to think for a second, and they said they're taught. I'm like, you're absolutely right. And then one of the twins said, well, we're going to have to teach Ashton, you know, their little brother, my youngest son, how to love. And it brought a tear to my eye because it's simple as that. You know, all this shit is taught. Like no one is born.
It is.
You know, no one is born to hate. Everything is taught. Everything we learn is taught. And it's unfortunate that some people take that opportunity to fill children's heads or young adults' heads with hate based off the color of someone's skin. I bet you if you asked KKK members or the president or other racist people, like, why don't you like black people? They couldn't give you no real answer.
Mm-hmm,
they couldn't give you.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
So it's unfortunate.
So I know your phone, of course, was ringing off the hook because Steven Jackson is your co-host. You guys are co-hosts on the show together, and I can only imagine because, you know, myself losing my sister, Kim, was nowhere near him having to witness his brother dying like that, you know, for everyone to see, and being murdered like that for everyone to see. But it's kind of crazy to say what was his mindset, because I know the first thing is to act it's a human emotion to be hurt. I know he's a man, and men are extremely emotional, but what type of support? I'm saying, even from your standpoint, I'm sure you had a barrage of phone calls coming through, Matt, and people are constantly calling you even right now in regards to it.
I think, you know, people kind of know myself and Jack's reputation. I think that's kind of makes us who we are, what we've been about. We've always been with the shit, so to speak, you know. So
right.
Someone's going to, and Jack will be the first ones to be in the fight. But, you know, we had brief conversations. Obviously, I knew he told me, because I didn't know they had any contact. I just thought they looked dead on. I'm like, God damn.
Wow. Right.
Jack hit probably 2 hours after, like, that's my brother. I'm like, damn, bro, like, brother? He's just like, nah, like, we grew up. I've been knowing bro. I've been taking care of him, sending him clothes and doing all this stuff. He's a very close friend of mine. So I'm automatically thinking, like, okay, so I know Jack's on some fuck you type shit, but I try to remind them that, you know, our platforms now are bigger than when we
That's
played.
right. That's right.
Voices carry. We have the kind of following that if we say, let's go shoot some shit up, we get some shit shot up. You know what I mean? So we have to understand almost the power of our platform and what we're trying to obtain. So I just kind of would send them texts here and there, not really trying to bother him because I know too many people are going to be blowing his phone up.
Yes.
But just telling him remember the goal. You know, remember our platform. You know, we got to outthink this. As much as we want to kill somebody or shoot something up, you know, the only way to beat this is mentally and voting. So I just, you know, was kind of just dropping him gems here and there. Sometimes he would respond and we would talk. Sometimes I know he would just see it, but he had a lot on his mind. So I was just kind of like that bird on his shoulder. And I think coming from me, it meant a lot.
Matt, I know you said you were just you're getting ready to walk into a protest, but I honestly I don't want to take up much more of your time. I just want to say thank you because, you know, yes, I know you personally, but you are an absolute testament to a real man. Just listening to you speak, just knowing what you're about, knowing what you have come from. Let me ask this question. You being a biracial kid, did you experience prejudice coming up and even still today?
Did I? So I'm half Italian, half black, and I realized in high school that I was looked at as a black man. I went to a predominantly, I grew up, parents were drug addicts, but functioning drug addicts. So we always lived in bad neighborhoods, but my parents always had the wherewithal to put me in white schools, and I never understood why.
Wow.
Like, I'm half Italian, but when I was 9 was the first time I went to a white school. I had never really been around white kids. It was only blacks, Mexicans, and Asians that I kind of grew up with, my old schools in my neighborhood. So I got to a point in high school where I was a senior, my sister was a freshman, and there was a white kid that kept calling my sister a nigger, and I would never see him. I never caught up to him, but one day after I was done with school, she comes up to me crying with spit in her hair, talking about the same boy called me a nigger, and he happened to just walk by. So I beat the shit out of him, and I ended up getting suspended for like a week. But during my suspension, the KKK came up to my high school in 1998 in Sacramento and vandalized it, hung a mannequin with a noose with my football jersey on, died nigger, burned classrooms, swastikas everywhere. It was national news. The NAACP came out to Sacramento. It was a big deal back in '98. So this is like maybe 3 months before I was about to go to UCLA, come down to LA. So it was national headlines. And
Amazing.
Although I'm very proud to be, you know, biracial and very proud of my Italian roots, and obviously my mom passed away in 2007, rest in peace, I knew I was looked at as a black man. And so I've never, I felt, I've seen both sides, but I've never really felt the white side because I've always been a nigger. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my dad used to say early on, I remember as early.
Man, I love you. I love you. I promise you, good gosh, from Zion. Keep going. I can't take it.
Years old, I remember my dad telling me if they call you a nigger, fight them. You know what I mean? So I always grew up fighting. And although I'm not proud of it, that's just always been my mentality. Back in the 80s, that's what it was. You know what I mean? You fight. You didn't shoot. You didn't do, you put your hands up. So I've always been squaring up since day one. And I think that's kind of obviously not necessarily shaped me, but it's been a part of who I am throughout my life. And, but to get back to your point, you know, I've experienced a lot of up into this day, you know what I mean? You know, because I'm very vocal with social justice. I either get from black people, you're not really black, or I get from white people, aren't you half white, or I get, oh, fuck you, nigger, you think you're, you know what I mean? So I get it from both sides. You know, being biracial, people don't understand, like, you're not white enough and you're not black enough, so you really have nowhere to go. So I've always been like, fuck it, I'm gonna take on the world then, you know, it is what it is. But to answer the question, I look at myself as a black man, and I'm a proud black man. Although I am biracial, I'm looked at as a black man.
Matt, I don't usually like to curse on my show, but I just got to tell you, you are the shit. You hear me? Now, I'll curse when I come to your crib, but right now, I'm going to tell you right now, Matt, you are the shit. I have to, listen, I want to pat you on your back and give you your roses because I'm so proud of you because you're doing the darn thing. You understand what I'm saying? You're a single father raising your kids. You understand? You're still accomplishing everything that God has for you to accomplish outside of the NBA. And with no point and no signs of slowing down. I knew you were always very intelligent, but I love to hear you speak. I just love even just regular conversation with you. It's always something, you know, I'm always left with a nugget, if not nuggets. Where does everybody has to either follow you at I want them to all go to see All the Smoke, because I want to thank you for bringing All the Smoke to my show today, but how can they see All the Smoke with you?
_Barnes9 on social media, and then All the Smoke, just All the Smoke is on Instagram. So normally we drop every Monday and Thursday, but right now, obviously in honor of
course,
Floyd,
yeah,
anything back on track probably next week or the week after. And like I said, sports is just a backdrop to our show. We want to talk about life. We want to talk about our culture. We want to talk about the unjust. We're doing a special show actually next week based on kind of everything that's going on. You know, once Jack gets back from Minnesota and goes back to Atlanta, we'll be shooting a show soon. So you can find us there. And maybe we need to stick together. I think the most important thing we have to take from this is, although I hate to see businesses, especially minority businesses, but businesses as a whole lost. But for 400 years, we've been silently protesting. We've been taking knees. We've been putting the fists in the air, and they didn't listen to us.
Right.
So they have to feel our pain. They needed to feel our pain. I think this is a must, and I think for the first time in 400 years, they finally hear us. So I think it's important now, but we need to have a plan after that. And I think the plan obviously is to educate ourselves. We have to get out there and vote, but not only vote for the president and shit like that, but we got to understand our councilmen and our district attorneys, because they play a big part in being dirty as fuck and not prosecuting these cops, because the cops are normally the ones that are paying, paying these district attorneys off.
Period.
So we have to
Period.
We have to really get ourselves and know what the next step is. So, like I said, we've done a great job of bringing awareness to this. I think not only the United States, but around the world. This has been a protest, so I think it's a great start. But from here on out, we have to educate ourselves and know what the next step is.
Matt, you the bomb. Thank you. And when I come back out there, I want you to take me to that same tattoo artist that did you and that one of Nipsey, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Yeah. Brother, I love you. Thank you so much for joining my live today. Thank you so very much. You got some new fans, that's for sure, because these comments are going crazy about you running for president. That's all I keep seeing. And everybody is talking about getting Jalen Rose on the next show, too, on your show.
Rose is the homie. We're going to link up with Jay Rose. But, as far as politics, I definitely want to run for mayor of my hometown, Sacramento, in about 10 or 15 years. So I'm in tune, and I'm going to be me time. So hopefully that'll work out soon.
Amen. Matt, I love you, and I'll talk to you, and thanks again.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too. I don't even know where to start, you guys. I really don't. That was... Yo, you don't know people until you know them. You see Matt, you saw Matt as a NBA player on the courts. He's played with some of the best. He is one of the best. And, he just got a bad boy image. Even though he showed out on the court, he just had a bad boy image. He was up against so much, but he did not care. He did not care who he was up against. In your face politically, well, Matt, I'm reprimanding you. Matt would probably look at that person and just say F you. It wouldn't even matter, because that's just how, that's how he is. But you see his level of intelligence. You just saw his level of intelligence. And I promise you, I just love him. He's such a good brother. And as I mentioned, I just skated across that. Such a good father, how he handles his anger and situations that come against him is how he handles them. But, there's always two sides to a story. And I feel that's the same. It's the same way with people as well. You don't know anything about a person's softer side or a person's human side when you're constantly being shown on television or depicted in another way, of course, until you have a sit down with them like we just did. Matt is the absolute bomb. I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. But I'm glad to hear him say that he's gonna run for mayor. I'm gonna take let me see. I have a request right now. No, it's so crazy because I literally pick people at random when they request to go live. And like I said, you have your shot. Oh, that was an ugly spider on me just now. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, and thank you for having Matt on.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Where are you from? Where are you?
I'm actually in Northern California. I'm about like 35 miles away from Sacramento.
Okay, that's okay.
So Matt's a hometown hero. So we got a lot of love for Matt, and so we wanted to come on to your your video and appreciate the segment you're doing. I'm born from immigrant family, right. and I stand for the the Black Matters movement, and unfortunately, and just for equality for all of us, and it really hits me to the point because I'm blessed that my mother had all of us here in this great country of ours, and knowing that there's still, unfortunately, this hate in this world, and yes. it really does affect us, most Americans and most people around the world, because there are still good people like ourselves out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the main reason why I just wanted to come and let you know is that unfortunately we've lost a lot of innocent people due to a few bad apples that are in the police system, and I still believe there are still good cops out there.
Of course, there are. Come on, there's
And
good and bad people in this world. Period. You know.
exactly. And I'm just wanted to come and share also my insight and let you guys know that God bless everybody, and also let's not forget about, let's take advantage of the innocent people that have lost due to the not having equality.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and also, I mean, I'm very touched by this because in the fact that we now have a bigger platform to use in our advantage to teach fellow Americans that we have a voice,
right?
And let's appreciate and respect the fellow people that have passed on due to the hands of bad people, and let's use this in a form where now our own government should be afraid of us because we're tired of this.
Yeah, we are.
And we cannot continue to live like this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What is your nationality?
I am Mexican.
Okay. And we've seen a lot of Mexicans and Latinos that have joined the protest because it's not just about blacks being mistreated. That's the whole entire big movement. Let's be clear about that. But it's also, it doesn't relate to just us as a race.
No, and it's not we're in this together. We're in this together, and the main also thing that I'm using out of respect that the innocent people that we've lost due to bad cops, also to use this platform. Also, I'm trying to share the fact that let's not also forget the innocent children that are locked up in the ICE system jails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it hurts me, and me and my mom. I take care of my disabled mother full time. Okay, and
well, you're a good man. You're a good man for doing that. Please understand. I don't mean to rush you off, but I have so many other people that are requesting to go live. I thank you, first of all, for being a Mexican man that is actually watching this. Thank you so much, and I'm thanking you for even requesting to go live with me today. And I will say, this is just the start. This is just the beginning, and we can't give up, and we've got to continue to fight. And it all starts with voting on a local level. So if you have anything to spread that word by all means. Okay.
You know what we need is to acknowledge that we still need God. We still need God.
Yeah, that first and foremost. Thank you so much. Thanks again. Okay.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Oh. I'm just a people person, and my mother was watching my lives the other day, and she says to me, she said she's always going to be my critic. Simple as that. So she told me, she said, Eboni, have a seat. So I sat down. It's so funny. And one of the things she says is you've got to limit your people who you go live with, because see, I'm just a personable person. And I will let somebody just talk. I'm a human being. I don't want to cut you off. He was just, I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like something's just crawling on me. I'm outside, of course. But I feel like he was just speaking from his heart. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just make it seem like I'm Oprah or somebody. I'm like, all right, thank you. Bye. I got to go. Not that she would do that, but you know what I'm saying. And he was passionate about what he was saying as well. But back to Matt. There's a book that Sidney Poitier wrote, and it's called The Measure of a Man. And I feel like every single mother should read that book. And once their son, if they're raising sons, come of age, Eboni, please block Mr. Guy. I haven't seen what Mr. Guy has said, but let me tell you something. Ain't nobody thinking about Mr. Guy. If he's on my page with plenty of profanity and this, that, the other, nobody's thinking about him, child. He can get somewhere by all means. I promise you. He's not representing. Hey, Bria. Hey, my niece, Bria. Hi, Bria. And I'm not even worried about him. Like, in all honesty, what's more important is the reason that we're here right now. As I mentioned, I know that Barack Obama spoke at 5 o'clock, and I mentioned at the very beginning of my show, a lot of people are not going to come to the show because they are going to be watching the former president speak. But I always post the show on my page, and you can catch it on my page for those of you who missed it because you were watching him speak. And today's a very breaking day on the news anyway, with all the, you know, with the one officer's charges going from 3rd-degree murder to 2nd-degree murder, and then also arresting the other 3 officers. It's a huge day in news. So even though I didn't do the show yesterday because of the Blackout Tuesday, I decided to do it today. And I was like, oh gosh, Barack's coming on. Should I just post one? I said no, you know, because I do repost it and you can see it. So I wanted to make that clear. Whoever Mr. Guy is, honey, listen, I am not tripping. Mr. Guy, get somewhere. Everybody on this page wants you blocked right now. So thank you guys for bringing it to my attention, but whatever. Let your haters be your motivators. I haven't seen anything that he said, but still. I'm really just at a point right now, as I know a whole lot of you are, that, you know, we are at a boiling point where enough is enough. And I know I don't just speak for myself. I'm sorry, you guys. I just lose it. I lose it. Hi, Sahar. My girl. You better kiss the dogs for me, honey. Oh, you better kiss the dogs to me. I got to make my way to New York. I promise you I do. I have got to make my way to New York and bring Ellington, because he is itching to get out of the house. Oh, my gosh. There's a way to travel, you guys. What you need to understand before you go judging others is this is a new normal for us. And at the end of the day, you have to learn to adjust to the new normal. Because it's going to be a situation where, yes, we have, let me go live with Sahar, you guys. But what I was saying is you have to adjust yourself accordingly. So if you're out, you have to wear your mask. If you know you're traveling on the plane.
Are you listening to me?
Hi, Sahar. Yes, I am.
Ebony, it has been nuts out here. Okay, it has been insane.
Oh, listen, okay, you got wait a minute. Are you in New York or in LA?
I'm in LA right now, but listen to me. This is what's happening on the Lashified Life page. We've got 30,000 women of all different colors, and
I'm so mad. Wait, Sahar.
What?
I'm so pissed. My phone rang. I meant to put it on airplane mode. So every time somebody calls, even though I decline it, then I can't hear you.
Can you?
I have to start this all over. It does not matter.
Okay,
I'm going to hang up because I want to hear you.
I have a big
Sahar, you better come back on right now.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm hanging up. Okay. Join my live right over again.
Right
now. Right now.
I'm doing it.
Right now.